Hey, wake up. It's coffee and a J to start your day. While Mike and Shae show you the way. So wake and bake in the smoke room. Good vibes are coming real soon. Coffee and a J, let's go. Alright, what's up, y'all? Y'all are back here at the Smoke Room 420, which y'all can see right above the beautiful Miss Shae. Let's go. Today, we are going to be giving y'all a little bit about our new show. This is considered the first episode, but it's more of a preview of what y'all can be looking for. Coffee and a joint with Mike and Shae. Let's do it. Actually, we always like to double up here because we're overachievers. So it's actually going to be coffee and two joints. But y'all feel free to wake and bake with us.
Coffee.
And so, actually, this show is going to be kind of a project for me and Shae to do, to have some more time together, but for also to make content and for her to be a little more involved in what I'm doing. So I'm super excited about this. What we will do is, like we said, drink coffee, smoke a couple joints, talk about different topics. Today's topics are going to be NBA championship. We've got the Pacers and the Thunder. Let's go, OKC. If you're not living under a rock, y'all already know. P Diddy trial. Like, come on, it is everywhere. Everybody is involved. Arkansas baseball. Let's go. Woo Pig City. We're also going to talk a little bit about morning wake and bakes. Do you prefer wake and bake? Do you not? And we're going to discuss whether Miss Shae and I are indica, sativa, or hybrid people. All right. And we've also got some questions. Each week we'll have different topic questions, but today we're going to have one question from several different topics. So let's do it.
All right.
Our first, let's start with the NBA championship, y'all. Um, OKC, are they going to pull it off?
It's a hard one for me because I'm kind of torn.
Right. Tell them why.
Well, of course, because OKC is like one of the greatest teams right now in the NBA, and not only that, two of our hometown guys are on OKC. You got J. Will, and you got fucking Isaiah Joe. Both of them great players. Both of them deserve to be there. Both of them have worked for their whole life to get to this point, and they're finally there.
And don't forget Coach Calipari's other players that came from Kentucky that are now a big part of Calipari, who is an Arkansas coach and a really awesome coach.
Right, right.
They've got they're the youngest team in the NBA, youngest starting team, maybe ever. Um, Double check me on that, but maybe ever. The guys are talented. What a fucking group of talent. What a group of players that play together and are not selfish.
You know, and on the other hand, the Pacers, my grandma was, she was from Indiana, huge Pacers fan. I know every time we went to see her, if the Pacers were playing, she was watching. It didn't matter when, where, what time, nothing. She was watching. And that's one of the biggest things I remember every time going to visit was going to see my grandma and her always watching the Pacers. And, that's kind of one reason why I felt like I'm kind of torn on this one, because I want them to win for her, and I want, kind of live out her dream of them going to the finals and them winning the finals, and, so I think either way I'll be happy. I definitely think that OKC, and the hometown boys deserve it. They definitely worked hard to get there, but of course everybody in the NBA does the same. They all work hard. They all, pretty much dedicate every minute of their life to, that one goal, and select few get there.
All right, y'all. We switched places, as y'all can see. All right, we were talking about the Pacers and Thunder. Miss Shae's nostalgia with the Pacers. Fuck Reggie Miller. Fuck the Pacers. But OKC. The first game is tomorrow, 7:30. Let's go.
Let's go.
It is at. Where is the first game at?
I don't remember what they said it was
It don't matter. OKC taking it all in 5, I say. 5 games. Y'all quote me on that.
I can't really say, of course, I'm the kind of person that just watches and, likes the color uniform, so I'm like, oh, they're going to win. But, I hope the Pacers pull it through for, my grandma. And rest in peace, Grandma, I love you. But then again, I hope the Thunders pull it through for, the hometown boys. So,
let's go, class of Northside.
Yep.
Also a
Right
Northside graduate right here.
Yeah.
Not her.
No, definitely not.
Jay Will and
Isaiah Joe.
Isaiah Joe both graduated from Northside. They were both there around the time my kids were, or my son was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Life's Lemons, y'all. Y'all check him out on YouTube. I believe he's dropping new content. Let's go. Alright, so cannot get around it. It is everywhere.
Diddy.
And I mean everywhere. The Diddy trial, y'all. Who has been keeping up with this? And if you haven't, what are you doing? Like, this is very major. There is so many things. And I said a little while back that we would have RICO coming soon. And now I'm starting to hear the feds are talking about RICO. Which, normally RICO, what happens is they get so many people on an empire type business of crime that they get most of them to take deals and turn on a few others of the big ones. Everybody's already turned on Diddy, at least all celebrities, and now you've got personal people around him and different things that are going to start turning.
They're expecting this to run through July, so it's going to be, kind of a long drawn out thing, but there's so many witnesses, there's so many people.
You've got the woman.
They don't even, mention that are coming in.
Yeah.
And just surprising everybody with testimony that, that either they've been bribed or they've had
You've got a woman
threats
that
made
was
to them.
alleging that she was dangled over a balcony many stories high. You've got different people saying they saw Diddy throw a vase at Cassie's head. What about the woman? Does anybody know anything about the lady who was kicked out? I believe she started screaming and causing a scene.
Who was she?
Who was she? What is her agenda in this?
I heard a little bit about, she could have been, with some kind of media, like a blog or something like that.
Yeah, I heard she had a blog.
But there's no credentials they can find for her. None of this stuff that, you have to get into these kind of, courtrooms. And so why is she there? Who is she? What is she trying to do? Is she in on it and trying to get, is she trying to get, attention off of Diddy and off of certain people?
Is she trying to cause a scene in the courtroom for one side or the other? Is she trying to, there's a lot of agendas could be going on. That's the thing. We don't have cameras in this courtroom. We're taking testimony from professionals that are in the media platform that have the rights to be there and first-hand testimony. Like, my God, you had 50 Cent walking up in court, Kid Rock walking up in court without either side, defense or prosecution, knowing that they were knowing about the evidence that they were presenting. You had 50 Cent walking around, never even sitting down after being sworn in, supposedly, walking around, talking to the jurors, pointing out Diddy himself. It was almost as if they were trained from lawyers how to go in there and what to say. Kid Rock had just a stack of evidence that no way he had in his possession,
like, was that,
unless it was passed to him.
right? And was that
everything
even
was so
presented
perfect
in discovery? Before they
Well, no,
brought
it says
into
that
the
the
trial?
judge, that Kid Rock walked in court, no entourage, by himself, same with 50, walked up, the bailiff looked at the judge, asked him what he needed. He said, I have evidence for the judge. The judge then said, I will look upon it right now, stopped court, took 12
to 15
minutes
yeah.
to read this, and then said, you know what, all of this pertains to what we've been talking about in court, and it verifies what we've been talking about, so we are going to allow this.
Yeah.
And then, right there on the spot, Kid Rock swears in and presents his evidence, some really good evidence from hotels, from time-stamped cameras that were not even supposed to be playing, that were obviously not set up by the hotel, in the basement. The security officer or the worker that saw all of this actually wrote down the serial numbers of these devices. Like, is that real? And if it is, like, man.
It's crazy. And this has been going on for years, y'all. Like, it's not something that, like, over the last 5 years, has been going on. This has been going on
Since the 90s.
Since the 90s, And who knows, like, maybe even before then in, a different way.
And here's the thing. There's a lot of people out here in the real world, the 90-something% of people that heard the rumors but had no proof and kind of was like, it could be this, it could be that. There's a lot of famous people out there, a lot of people at these parties, a lot of people in this business, or that business, that knew this shit was going on. I mean, 100%. And now, you've got all of these celebrities that continue to go back. And don't get me wrong, victims are victims.
Yeah.
But at some point, you continue to go back for the money, for the fame, and for what you get from knowing Diddy, even though you know this shit is going on. And you can't say, well, he had a tape on me, he had this or that, he did this to me, because that's true, yes. But people like Jennifer Lawrence stayed away one time and stayed away. Did she have to fight hard? Did she get freaking told in the business from everybody that she was hard to work with? Yes. But she's still relevant. Let your work shine through.
Not only that, there's a point where, there's a saying, do good as if no one's watching. Just because someone's watching you, you shouldn't do the right thing. You should always do the right thing.
Especially if you're the mentor and base to so many people.
You're an icon.
Not just children.
I'm not going to call you a hero or, what do they call it?
I wouldn't call you icon, but you're a celebrity.
Like,
you are a face of
the
many
public.
people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're a public figure.
People look up to you.
And at that point, you should, you got little kids looking up to you.
Who else did we have in this trial? You had, let's just start with the one himself. So about a year ago, me and Juju did a show right after Juju first got back from Texas. I decided we were going to do a show on Diddy, and this is a year ago, and how he was going to be arrested soon. And this was right around the same time Cat Williams started talking about all this, and everybody was like, Cat's, crazy. Wendy Williams been talking about it for years, bro.
Yeah.
But
The biggest person in the
we said then P Diddy would get arrested at some point soon, and it took a little longer than we thought. But we also said something that's probably doesn't look like it's going to happen now is another big star, and I'm not going to say his name just straight up but y'all know who he is. Y'all know who his famous wife is. Y'all know that they're both performers. Y'all know they're the power couple of hip hop, now trying to take over country.
Yep.
But I said back then that he would be after Diddy, and he walked into court. He walked into court as a dispositioned for the Diddy side. Diddy thought he was walking in, his lawyers thought he was walking in to help Diddy's side along with some other people. And, just, almost, I'll cut it. He got up there and he pointed fingers and he said, "You're a monster and you pulled us all." And, so many other people. Will Smith. There was so many. I mean, Samuel Jackson, Cat Williams, Oprah. Oprah. If there's anybody out there that doesn't think that Oprah is probably a bad person, you're fucking delusional. She flaunted, her and Ellen flaunted Diddy around more than anybody else in media. Like, bringing them around kids, bringing them in as, "Oh, we know this guy and his parties are the greatest," and just shit that's now in hindsight is crazy.
Yeah.
Who else did we have? Ashton Kutcher. What a bombshell Ashton Kutcher had, though.
The assistant.
Bodyguards. Ashton Kutcher. What a clean image he has, huh?
Hotel Security. That one guy came in.
That was a timestamp guy, and
anonymity, or what is that? Anyways, and said how Diddy came to him, bribing him to get that hotel video.
Yeah,
like,
that's that video I was talking about. Timestamp, serial number of cameras.
Yeah,
the male prostitute.
Yeah.
Who they 14 different times came to the house for not parties, not after party. These were just Diddy and Cassie and this male dancer.
Yeah.
And some of the shit that Cassie said, like, Diddy has not yet been associated to any male to male straight stuff yet. Like, not straight, but like direct. But we're talking about him finishing on her and her going into the other room and rubbing that on Diddy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'd almost rather you just be with a man.
Right.
Like, that's fine. But you doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher, that's all I want to say before we move on. In hindsight to the Danny Masterson trial, to the Wilmer Valderrama really jumping out of the spotlight when he was at the height of his stuff. Because, he had the MTV show, he had a bunch of stuff going on from these connections. But Ashton straight up said, we kept going back to these parties. we enjoyed what we were doing. Like, he didn't say, oh, I was taken advantage of, pretty much. Maybe there's a tape in the beginning, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if there was a tape with Ashton or Danny or,
There,
but
I don't think there was any like other than them being at these parties and being
well, because a lot of other celebrities were taped and drugged, as the trial has said,
right.
and then had stuff done to them that they didn't even remember or know. But I don't think Ashton never even said anything like that. He just said he went to these parties, he saw stuff that was happening, and he continued to go back because he did not want to give up the connections that they were known now.
Wasn't it Ashton that was on the video that was like, I don't think we should be recording this?
Oh, maybe.
And they told him like just to keep his mouth shut or something.
Yeah, so there may have been an Ashton. But still,
And
he
kept his
admitted
mouth
that
shut.
time after time after time that not only he kept going back, but he enjoyed the parties, he enjoyed the lifestyle, he enjoyed the money that they were business doing business together, and that it opened doors that he never would have got open
Right.
into these huge. They call themselves the new Rat Pack. Diddy,
Yeah.
Masterson, Wilmer, and like he literally said, we refer to ourselves in the inner circle as the new Rat Pack. We built corporations together. A lot of stuff that doesn't help him. You know, we all sat back and thought that poor Ryan Reynolds and
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively was like just shunned in Hollywood, and
I know.
all
Like,
of a
what
sudden,
happened to that?
who cares? That's nothing compared to what happened with all of this. Like, y'all got lucky again. Go Canada.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds is lucky. I don't know what'll come out at the end of it, but a lot of heat was taken off of Ryan Reynolds all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Ryan Reynolds. I don't care. I don't care if you're an asshole behind the scenes and you're a great actor. Just know that you're an asshole. Don't pretend to be some great person behind the scenes. I'll still watch your shit. Like, honestly, it's about the talent and the entertainment of it. But when you pretend that you're this great holy person and you're not, and I don't know which he is. Don't get me wrong. If he is the latter, I'm hurt.
Right.
I'm hurt, Brian. All right. Y'all have to bear with me. I am doing Arkansas baseball. I'm doing
According to
the pick side,
Wikipedia,
and,
the University of Arkansas Razorbacks baseball team is a member of the National Collegiate Athletic Association in the Southeastern Conference and is coached by Dave Van Horn.
All right, so Arkansas baseball will host Tennessee at Fayetteville Super Regional. Let's go. You know, as Arkansas fans, if there's one thing that we can say about Arkansas fans, is they are some of the most die-hard college fans there are. Like, win or lose, die-hard fans.
You could ask us.
We don't have pro teams.
Hog's gonna win today? Probably not, but still love them.
I always say they're gonna win most of the time, but
baseball, we always.
that's where I was getting to. Van Horn and the baseball team, like, come on. Every year, consistency. Every year, at the top somewhere. Every year, almost going to the World Series.
Major leagues, you know, like.
So many players moving up to the majors. Like, what a foundation they have built over there, Arkansas, over decades.
Dave Van Horn era is definitely
one of the
Razorbacks.
One of the greatest college baseball coaches of all time. You know, we can say that. We can say that basketball, Nolan Richardson,
Yep.
Now John Calipari, two of the all-time greatest basketball coaches in collegiate level. Football, we had a really good coach till he fucked up. Katrina. Yeah,
Well, I mean, still.
but we've never had one of the all-time greatest football coaches. But good, really good coaches. Um, but yeah, baseball, like, what an exciting game baseball is. And it's not one of my favorite sports. I'll be totally honest. I'm basketball. I'll watch football before baseball, skateboarding. But when you go, we went to a St. Louis game a few years back. And when you're at a real game, wow, so exciting.
So exciting.
You see why baseball used to be the American pastime.
And we went when it was Pujols and
Yeah,
Molina's last year.
yeah.
Last year playing, and
It was a great
it was
game
awesome.
too.
And it was just like
It was a
so
home run in the
impromptu.
ninth to win the game,
Yeah.
or in the eighth. No, ninth.
I don't remember.
I think it was a home run in the beginning of the ninth, and then they didn't come back in the end of the ninth.
Right.
Either way, what a fucking game. The camaraderie of people you don't even know sitting around you, how quick you become like best friends, and you'll never see these people again. You'll
Right.
never care if you do most of the time. But in that moment, but yeah, Arkansas's doing great. They came into the year ranked number 1, I believe.
Within the top 5.
I'm pretty sure they were ranked number 1 starting the
But
season.
when I looked a while back, they were ranked 4th.
Yes, they dropped like preseason. They were
Yeah.
like projected to be the number 1 team. Is what I'm saying. But Arkansas will host a super regional. They are set to host the Fayetteville Super Regional against Tennessee starting on June 7th. That's tomorrow. The Razorbacks advanced to the Super Regional by defeating Creighton 8-3. And that series, this series will be played at Baum Walker Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Let's go.
You know how crazy it's gonna be.
That'd be a fun game to go to.
Remember when I was young, they were living up there, and
Shae lived up in northwest Arkansas, around Fayetteville, around the college, when she was a kid for several years.
like just randomly we go to baseball games, you know, and it's always like one of our biggest memories living up there is going to the baseball games. Went to a couple basketball games when we lived up there. Never went to any football games. At least I don't think I did.
Yeah. Before we move on, you thought this show was going to be us butting heads a lot. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite.
Maybe.
Well, I'm saying, like, not just because I enjoy it, but, like, I think it's going to be an overall great show.
Right.
The morning shows I love morning talk shows. You know, we're going to be hopefully incorporating some weather and some different things into it, news stories of what's going on. But yeah, I'm enjoying this today is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. One last time. Woo Pig Suey.
Woo, pigs.
Go Razorback. All right, so yeah, she didn't finish.
I
Not a
did.
true fan. You should have worn my Arkansas. All right, so we're gonna move on though. So morning wake and bake. You enjoy coming home after your day, which is still early, which is not a wake and bake. But you don't enjoy wake and bake. But like
I mean, it's not
on your day off is
Oh, but So like,
Like you don't smoke
I don't smoke
before work or
before
when you
work.
wake up.
or at work or anything. Like, I smoke to wind down. Like, that's my
Yeah.
thing. I smoke to wind down. I don't smoke to get my day going. I smoke to wind down. So, yeah, I go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm up at 2:30.
Right.
I don't want to smoke and
I
just
would.
be tired. And, like, when I'm at work and I'm high, I don't function right.
Right.
Like, my mind.
When you used, like you're saying, if you were to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I was, like, I'd be doing everything opposite. I'm not paying attention to, the orders. I'm not paying attention to the computer the way, like, I don't function. I don't say I don't function, but.
That's the difference. Some people are that way, and that's what I was getting to. Me, well, some people, as a medicinal patient, they need a good sativa to wake up and get going for their day. Yeah. Some people need a good indica at night to unwind. Uh, Hybrids are great. But me personally, I remember back in the day when we used to have to go through all the trouble of getting weed. You had to go fucking to some sketchy dude's basement at his parents' house or some fucking backdoor room to somebody's house to pick up a bag. You had to worry about getting home with it. And then when you finally smoked, only thing they told you was, or you asked, oh, is this a fire? Is this shit fire? Oh, it is? I bet. And then you took it home, you lit that bad boy up, you started getting high, and then you got this awesome surprise. Like, oh shit. Like, this is some good sativa. Oh shit. And we didn't know that then, but this is some good energy, or this
Right.
is fucking got me melted into the couch. Or it was that fun of not knowing what's about to hit you.
Right.
Because weed's
Russian
always
roulette.
safe in that manner, but it was different. And now I see people that used to smoke 30, 40, 50 years, and they're like, oh man, what are you smoking on? And they'll be like, oh, is it a sativa? I can only smoke sativas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, I prefer to get home if I have a sativa and an indica and mix them together and see what kind. I still like that surprise. Um, Favorite, indica, sativa, or hybrid?
It depends on what I'm doing. Like,
Right.
if I'm fixing to go to the creek with, my family, then I'm probably want a sativa. But if I just come home from work and, like, I'm fixing to eat dinner and I'm gonna want to eat that.
Yeah, and that's the difference for me because whether I smoke indica or sativa, they both will affect me a certain way depending on what I'm doing.
Right.
Like, I can smoke a melt you on the couch indica, but as long as I don't sit down and I keep doing things or I get out and, get out and about, it doesn't, like, fuck up my day or anything like that. Personally, if I had to pick one, though, I like a hybrid. Man, that's it.
Nice.
Uh,
Question?
Moving forward. Oh, yeah, we've got some questions. I'm gonna light this other joint, and that's why the show's called Coffee and a J with Miss Shae, because she probably won't smoke both J's. And I'll smoke this one by myself.
Alright, what are the top 3 items on your bucket list?
Top 3 items on my bucket list. Holy shit. I hate bucket lists because it's so like, man, I can only fit so many things in. What do I really want to do? Bucket list. No right answer. I want to skydive. As scared as I am, like it's something I want to overcome that fear of not being in control. Um, honestly, I, I just want to turn everything I'm doing into something that I can travel the world and spend time with my family. That's my bucket list. I don't need three. Skydiving that.
Um, Mine would probably be definitely skydiving. I know this seems really like small and whatever, but I want to see the ocean, like East Coast ocean. I don't want South oceans,
What's East Coast? New York?
like New Hampshire, North Carolina, South
Hey,
Carolina.
I've never seen that. I've seen the others.
I want to see that ocean. Um,
Wait, Florida's East Coast, man.
yeah, but I consider it South.
Okay, I've seen Florida.
So like actual like
But East and West is.
yes. And then probably go to Ireland.
Ooh, I forgot Ireland. I have a third one. We're going to Ireland.
But that would be part of your travel the world.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
all right.
If- there's certain places I do want to see though, like Ireland. I want to see the Dead Sea. I want to see the salt flats. There's certain things it's just like only place you can see is some one place, you know. Uh,
If you could have dinner with anyone throughout history, who would it be and why?
throughout history, anyone. Uh, I don't think anybody's done in history. I say it all the time. No one person
Well,
is any
history
more
is
capable.
from now.
No one person is any more capable of great things than anyone else. Um, so therefore, I don't have to go far. My dad, without a doubt, my dad.
Um,
Would it be a loved one or would it be like a historical figure? That's where it gets hard.
I think it would be Jesus.
Jesus? Find out like he's just a man.
What's
or,
your real story, bro? What is your real story?
Yeah, nobody gets it straight from him. All right, that's a good.
Alright.
Oh, if not family, Marilyn Monroe. I'm getting that. I guarantee you. Alright, neither is that look.
When did you first realize that you loved me?
When did I first realize I loved you? Like in love or just love?
First realized you loved me.
First time I looked in your eye. Like I knew that there was something different than I've ever felt with anyone else, and like I literally saw a future with you and us being old. Like that first time I looked in your eye.
Sweet. Mine would be. There's a couple.
No, first. There's only one first.
Probably when I dropped you off for work the next day.
Already?
Yeah, because I mean, like,
You
Not to
instantly
get too-
missed me.
not to get too personal, but like, I felt the need to like take you to court that day, and like,
Not my business.
I wanted to like
Be a
make
part
sure
of it.
that you were good. I wanted to build you up, I guess, and I didn't want. I just didn't care about this is the guy that went that way. Like, I knew it was something more than that. I knew it was something I could do life challenges.
You know what's funny is you heard what she said, build me up, and I spent my whole life thinking that. Well, not even that, but
I'll fix them.
when I met Shae, for a long time, I felt like she was building me up, and what it was she made me care about things again and about someone else and about who I wanted to be. But somewhere along the way, I realized like everything that I built up was within myself, and that's everybody out there. You just need that right spark sometimes to help you see yourself. Is that all the question?
No, there's more.
Was there? You get one from each round? Oh, I told you to pick one from each category for the first episode, and then we'll do categories on each episode.
Not that
Yep. She came back for the deep. Oh shit. We should have made this a live show.
I know, right?
I guess we can post it and kind of fill out if anybody said, hey, if y'all are watching this, do y'all think this should be a show like this? Which is going to be edited and like our weekly shows that we schedule and everything? Or do you think it should be a live? Should it be wake up and go live with Mike and Shae and a coffee and a J? Or should it be a scheduled playlist show?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. It's like, I know because, like, my work schedule and stuff, it would be, like, kind of random. It would be a set time.
It doesn't have to be a set time.
But it could, like, sometimes I'm off Tuesday and Wednesdays, and then I'm off Saturdays and Thursdays.
Okay, so
It would just be
it
kinda
wouldn't
random.
have. It would be what you're saying is it could be any day of the week,
Right.
but it would still be once a week
Right.
or twice a week.
What song do you play on repeat?
On repeat, no song.
Okay, so what is
There's no song I will just listen to over and over.
right? Not like
Not
over
even
and
twice
over, but
back to back, hardly.
every time it comes on, you'll listen.
Okay,
to
that's
it.
different.
You-
Every time a song comes on. So what you're asking me is, what is my favorite song on my playlist?
Yes.
It's changed a lot the last year.
I know. I knew this one would be a hard one.
If I'm really being honest, a song that the lyrically that I really associate with now is "When Did I Get Old," which is an incredible fucking song. Look it up. But ooh. Monsters by James Blunt. I mean, that's the one song that now emotionally hits me different than any other song. As far as just like a jam that I enjoy listening to, Daddy in his 88 Ford. Something from him. Uh, Damn it. Nine Ball by.
Oh.
Nine Ball's a good one too. What's his name?
Is that right?
Zach Bryan. Yeah.
Okay.
but it could be Willie Nelson and his Sons remake of Just Breathe. There's so many.
So my number one playlist go-to song is Never Raise My Blood. Anytime I turn on Spotify,
I knew that.
that's gonna be, anytime I turn on any music, like YouTube, whatever, it's that song.
Yeah.
And then I go from there, and then it's usually always 90s alternatives, I would say. Bush,
It depends on what I'm doing.
Matchbox 20, you know, like that type of music.
If I'm cooking, it's usually a mixture of that kind of music in my playlist. Well, I have several playlists, several mixes.
And then like if I'm like when I'm at work, it's usually like 90s country.
Country's the last thing
Straight.
I want at work.
Half of it's straight Brooks and Dunn.
Not at work.
Imagine you're feeling stressed. How do you react in the moment at work?
If I'm feeling stressed, if I'm just starting to feel stressed, or if I'm like stressing.
You're feeling stressed. You look stressed out.
Okay, so normally what I do is I hold in and hold in and hold in and I blow up. But the thing is, I hold in so much from different things that my blowing up may feel random to the person that's around me. Does that make sense? Huh?
You deflect.
I don't deflect, it's just I'm more comfortable just to not think and react with certain people than other people, but it's not, damn, I'm frustrated with necessarily.
You deflect your
I guess, yeah, it's deflecting, I guess.
If I'm like really stressed out, like to the max, I have a tendency of deflecting. You know,
She really does.
I'll be thinking about shit that happened at work, and he'll say something, and I'll just snap, you know, and I'm guilty of it. But I think my main one would be I clean. Like if I'm really upset or I'm really, really stressed out, I'll just start cleaning. But it's like a frustrated cleaning. So it's like me starting in the bedroom, throwing everything in the hallway. And, you know, like...
Yeah, I get restless when I'm... but yeah, for me, if I'm really super stressed, if you just basically want to break down how I'm going to look to people around, really loud, really angry, really fast, and then calm down.
You want to ask some questions?
No, I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
It's been a great first episode. Y'all let us know what y'all think. If y'all like this, well, I mean, this will always be this.
Yeah.
But if y'all like seeing us together on camera, let us know. If you like the morning show, let us know that too. Let us know any ideas moving forward, any topics you'd like us to discuss, etc., etc. If you like what we're doing, guys, hit that like. Help us out by sharing. Tell everybody. Tell your mama,
already,
tell your daddy, tell your grandma,
subscribe.
tell your grandpa, tell your cousins, even tell your goldfish people. All right, as always, I love you all. Get outside the box. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. I am your boy and your host, Mike.
Shae.
Peace.